Well, what a strange yet awesome, cool kind of day. So, long story short, after 6 years of buying spots and waffles and raffles in the gun community and never winning anything but 1,000 rounds of 9 mil 4 years ago, and that was on a freebie for people who had already bought spots before, I've never won anything substantial or anything at all, really, other than the ammo. And I got lucky today. I bought spots in the mini. In the last month, I got carried away with it because I was desperate to win something cool to pay me back, right? And I think I tabulated I've dropped 15 or 1600 or a little more in the last month and a half. And it's frustrating when you don't come close. Today, I bought one last extra mini. So I don't know how many minis I had for the main. The mains are 50 a pop. Minis are 20. So I got one or two mains. And I bought a handful of minis. And I bought one final mini a few hours ago when it got down to the nitty gritty. And it landed on my name. The winner of the mini gets 40 spots in the main. At 50 apiece, that's $2,000 worth of spots in the main. Still, there's a lot of heavy hitters in there that usually win the big stuff because they buy thousands of dollars worth of spots. But lo and behold, when they spun that wheel for the first time ever, Jake Merrick's name came out on top, and I won the big one. And I'm kind of in shock about it because I never win anything, certainly not anything super cool. And he reached out. I was like, "So what do you want?" I was like, "Dude, honestly, I don't know yet. Can I have some time?" Here are my options. Maybe you can provide some input. I'm doing research to see what's the best choice to make. But choice one is a Staccato XC with an RMR HD and a Surefire TGV light. Offloaded the Staccato P. XC is the flagship super cool model. That'd be a dope choice. Option two is a Foundation rifle 737 with a Proof 6.5 Creedmoor barrel. Ultra compact. From what I understand, the Foundation chassis, they have like a 1 year waiting list. It's all tricked out and built to the nines. That would be an awesome choice. However, I still have my KDEX 6.5 to build out, and we'll have our masterpiece put back together in 6.5. We have the LMT 6.5. And my access to long range is still minimal. I have the club, maxes out at 2. And if I get my fat ass over to Volusia, and whether I join or not, you still got to come out of pocket every time you want to go shoot long to 9 something. You got to certify and pay for the class, and then every time you shoot, you got to pay cash out of pocket after getting on the schedule. So it's not like I'm going to be going there very often, even if I spend the money and join and get a full membership. I'm still probably going to spend most of my shooting time at my club. So when it comes to longer range stuff, I'm like, am I going to really use it? Shooting some of these guns at 200 feels like a slap in the face of proper long range. But 9 something would be cool. So anyway, the Foundation rifle is interesting. We could get some decent use out of that. So far, we got the Staccato XC, we got the Foundation rifle. Third option is a Mark 22 by Barrett with my choice of barrel. The Mark 22 is the current rifle of choice in, I forget which branch of the military. I could choose 338 Lapua, I could choose 300 Norma. But again, you have to put a really impressive piece of glass on something like that. You're not going to go cheap. And, again, that's a long-range ass gun. Forget 6.5. 300 Norma or 300 Win Mag or 338 Lapua. I mean, that's beyond 1,000 round gats right there. That's what guys use to shoot 1,500, 2,000 plus yards. Am I realistically going to do a lot with that? I don't know. The fourth choice is, I forget how many rounds. I think 1,000 rounds of M855A1. Interesting option, but we'll move on. 5 is the Maztec 15. The Super Gucci high-end laser rangefinder. Which again, for dudes that live up north that can shoot on BLM land and beyond 1-2000 on the regular, that would be really useful. For me, not so much. It'd be a flex piece on top of a gun. big money, blah, blah, blah. But am I realistically going to get much use out of it? Probably not. And the final option, the one that has me really scratching the head on to what to go with, is the ZCO 2-10 FDE with mounts and an RMR HD to throw on the topper. So that's where we are. I got to choose one of these items as my prize. They're all awesome. They're all cool. I'm trying to be practical. Something I'm going to use. And also factoring in value. If it ever has to go, what I'll have an easier time selling and get the most for. So at this point, I'm like Staccato XC versus ZCO versus Foundation rifle. The Mark 22 is really cool, but I don't think I could do it any justice, to be honest. I look like a total poser. Look at me and my Mark 22 at the 50, at the 100. So let me know what you think, boys. Let me know what you think. There's the options. I don't want to rush into choosing something, but I do have to make a choice. I'm thinking ZCO or XC. I mean, the Shorty 6.5 rifle, as cool as it is, it's another 6.5 added to the KDEX, added to the what's going to be the masterpiece, added to the LMT 6.5. I can make it a point of motivation to force myself to go to Fallujah and really put in the work this year. I don't know. I really don't know. I'm just feel blessed to have finally won something cool. So I want to make the best choice. So hit me up with some comments. Let me know what you would choose. And we'll have to make a decision sometime this evening probably, and I'll let them know. So whatever it is, it gets shipped out either to an FFL or my address, depending on what I choose. Cool. Peace. Bye. America. Fuck yeah.